Okay, so once it YouTube's in, we'll get back to business. So what this means, and this goes for most types of um, projects, commercial and otherwise. At the end of the day, it all comes down to cash flow. Um, so we look for cash flow on our rentals. Not that we won't talk to a wholesaler or talk to a seller of a rental that doesn't cash flow. For example, Raymond and I are looking at a mobile home park in Fresno. It only brings a 6 cap, and that's if you're a little bit generous in the numbers. But it's Fresno. It's a market which is probably going to skyrocket pretty strongly. So it's not something you throw in the trash can all that quickly. On flips, you're looking at ARV minus costs equals profit. So on flips, your math is a little different. Why does this matter? Because I don't work with, and I can't understand why anyone does, a wholesaler that simply says, hey, I got a 3-2 in Toledo for 30K. It's worth 50. Do you want the deal? I haven't got the foggiest idea if I want the deal. I don't care if that number's 90. I still don't know if I want the deal. Because I don't know what the repairs are. I don't know what the rents are. I don't know what the expenses are. I don't know if my end buyer is going to want the deal. And as an end buyer, I wouldn't pay attention to this wholesaler because they didn't give me anything. So what we've done, and this is where Ryan and I kind of come into equations here and come into partnership, is what we've done is we've developed a pretty powerful solution to help people run their wholesaling business. And this is really what the REIA is all about. So first of all, we have this tool, Hunting for Homes, which is a great name Ryan came up with, that is a front end. Now, it's going to have populated from the forms that I'll show you soon. This is designed for the end user to come and put their deals. This can also be where you put your deals if this is a convenient way for you to do it. It's fine. Because there'll be a field in here that talks about the source of the deal. For example, actually I'll do this, we'll go to REIA. The same forms that are on Hunting for Homes are on reia.biz. New property lead submission. We have forms for every step of the process. We have a link for every step of the process. You don't ever have to wonder where to go next. And I'm opening up a bunch of them just to show you roughly how the process starts. So you fill this in, submitted by. I'm asking everyone now to give me a nickname that you're going to use when you submit properties. Just email it over to us so I can set the system up to automatically look for that nickname. This is the seller's name, seller's name, seller's name, seller's name. You always want to enter these fields the same on all the forms because that's how the system merges everything together. All of these forms flow into each other. So this is basically, hi, Mr. Seller, tell us a little bit about, let us call you. What that does in your pipeline, in the real estate pipeline of REIA, fresh is we upload names. Fresh is nothing. This form here automatically puts them in first contact. The only people that can see your leads that you bring in are you and me individually. That's what the nickname is all about. Assuming you filled out our paperwork and became a member. Then the next time you get more information, you fill this one in. This talks about bedrooms, bathrooms, condition, blah, 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 blah. Immediately, magically, this gets moved over to here. The system does it. Web research is the next form. You know, so on and so forth, all the way through all the other forms. So the web research form is I want to see the link for realtor.com. Same information. It's always seller, 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 seller. Fine. I want to see the realtor.com link. I want to see the Zillow link. I want to see whatever other link you came up with. I want to see the Google Maps link. I want to see the Google address link, the Google Street link, your notes. I want to see every bit of web research you could do on a property. This is, in many cases, before we've talked to a seller. If we just get an address thrown at us, this can be done with any address. Then the fourth player is calculate, which is our spreadsheet. I don't care what I'm signed in as. We make a copy of it. We name it appropriately. Boom. We let it create itself because I don't want you messing with the original. This is part of the reason. And I don't want anybody overwriting your work is the other reason. You share it. You share it. Anybody that has the link can edit. You copy the link, boom, and you'll see enter calculators. Boom. All that information, enter calculators. This way, once you hit submit, we've now stored the calculators. Now you go back and you actually edit the calculators. Now you go back and you fill in the rehab estimator. You go back and you fill in the rental estimator, the flip estimator, the mortgage information. Only fill in green. Don't fill in yellow if you know it, but pretty much only fill in green. So you've done that. And then the next form is when we talk to the seller and we enter the seller post-conversation notes. This is where we're correcting our understanding of the property with the seller. And again, it is all working through here. If you fill these forms out properly, you fill out the web research form, you're here. Fill out the run numbers form, you're here. We do the seller interview form, you're here. Post-seller conversation notes form, you're here. Number revision form, you're here. Your notes after revising the numbers. Now, the number revision form means that you're going back to your spreadsheet and you're changing the numbers based on what the seller told you. For instance, if you say, Mr. Seller, you know, you told me that house is beautiful and the carpets are great and whatever. And he says, nope. I like the carpets, but the carpets were put in 1963. My daughter was 4 and she peed on them twice. We're probably thinking those carpets need to be replaced. So guess what? You're doing some flooring. Well, okay, but the kitchen, you did the kitchen in 09? Yes, we did. In 1909, we did that kitchen. It was great. Okay, we probably need a kitchen. So you're revising the information based on the conversation with the seller. That's what this is all about. Then once we've revised it, you and I sit down and we come up with an offer. We present the offer. We hopefully get the listing. We start marketing the property, so on and so forth. So basically, this process here is a clone of the process that is started at hunting for houses, hunting for homes. So you can put out hunting for homes.
Steve?
Yes?
Sorry. Can you just run over the step with the calculators again. I think I missed something in there.
How to use them?
When you okay, so first of all, after you've done the number one, number two step, you go to the calculator, you change your name on of the sheet. Um, and there was something where you went back into.
Yeah. So basically, um, you renamed it.
Hmm.
You've opened the link here. Calculate.
Right. Hmm.
It loads. It loads. It loads. It eventually is nice enough to give you something to do. Make a copy. You name it with your property. Immediate next thing you need to do. That's the reason it's on the instructions page. Make a copy. It
Hmm.
actually has as step 3. It doesn't matter when you do it, truthfully. But you want to very quickly hit the share button. Get anyone with the link. An editor. I want to be able to edit this document. I don't want you uploading something that I can only view.
Hmm.
You copy the link. And that's when you post the link into your form. After you've posted it here and you've submitted this, then you go back and mess with the spreadsheet. I don't really care if you do it before or after. It doesn't really matter, but I want you to not forget to. Because
Right. Right.
unless you put it in this, I can't reach it. I can't get there. I don't know it exists. I mean, I can go
Right.
looking for it, I guess, in the back, but it's there with 4,000 other spreadsheets.
Right. I think
Um,
that was the step I missed. I hit share on the actual spreadsheet.
yep, you hit share and editor. Well, paste a link in here that shares it with me and allows me to edit it.
Mm.
Because honestly, even with my own forms, Raymond, we've been working together long enough. There's always a typo. There's always a problem. There's always something that needs to be changed. There's always a revision. We need that access.
Mm.
And once you do all that, then you start talking your way through the tabs. And it doesn't matter what order you do the tabs, but it does matter that you do them because if you don't put in the proper, for example, mortgage numbers, then on the rental spreadsheet, your cash on cash returns aren't going to make sense. I mean, you can ignore it, that's fine, but you want to do the form as completely as you can. Is what I'm saying.
Mm.
You know, filling in the address, filling in the whatever. Um, does that make more sense?
Yes, that's clear.
All right,
Thanks.
cool. Any other questions? All right, now I want to cover ways we market because Raymond and I are doing a bunch of bigger commercial projects, and we're not always direct. There are brokers. It gets messy at a certain level. The number one thing you want to know, you want to make sure if you're dealing with anyone that you're not direct to seller, is you want to make sure that they are direct, not to the, not to some middleman, but to seller. A lot of times you'll be approached by a wholesaler, and he's like, "Hmm, I'm thinking money." So he tells a friend. So he hears. So he tells you about a house, and you go back and say, that sounds like a killer deal. I can sell that. Well, the problem is what he hasn't told you is he doesn't have the contract. He knows the name of the person. Who knows the name of the person? Who knows the name of the person who has the actual contract with the seller? This is useless to us. I don't have a problem paying when the deal closes every single one of these people. But the only communication I want to be doing is this. I'll work out a fee structure with everybody else, but we only work to the principal who holds the contract. And first of all, it's legal. Person who represents the buyer, potentially us, is talking directly to the person who represents the seller. 2, it's easier. Otherwise, you have a game of telephone, and none of us are 5 years old anymore. Just not. Sorry. And 3, it avoids loss of a deal. Because, for instance, if this is the guy who holds the contract, and then he told 2 friends, and he told 2 friends, like that old Pantene commercial, and here we are down the end of the line, and the only person we know is this guy. We don't know any of these other people. First of all, our buyer can jump the line, and what does this guy know? He has no idea we exist. But more importantly, well, not more importantly, but just as importantly, let's say nothing nefarious happens. Except this guy disappears. Well, now we're left with a big ass question mark. Because we've made a promise to a buyer that we can deliver a deal. But we don't know how to reach these people anymore. And therein lies the problem. So we always want to work direct. I don't mind paying these guys. They're fine. If they're still alive when closing happens, they can get their check. But we're direct to our buyer. So we have to be direct to the person who handles the seller. Or vice versa. We're direct to our seller. We have to be direct to the person who handles the buyer. I was just talking with a guy today. He's got a whole bunch of investors throughout Jersey. We're a network, blah, 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 blah. I said, dude, honestly, not really that interested. You can tell me we're a network of certified whatever, but there's no such thing as a certified network. I'm not interested because I don't know when I give you a deal that's actually going to an end buyer. And I'm not going to get just jerked around. So when we're marketing for deals, Craigslist, whoa, that didn't do very much good. Craigslist still works. Facebook, LinkedIn, you can do, first of all, ghost ads. That is on the seller side or on the buyer side. I've got a 3-2 in Dallas, Pennsylvania, ARV 250. House is worth house, selling it for 65,000. Who wants it? You're not really, you can give them more information, but on a ghost ad, you don't need to. You just want to see who calls on that. Or, hey, I'm looking to buy, a 3-2 in Dallas. I'm willing to pay, whatever. That gets you people. Second thing is, oh yeah, and I forgot, bigger pockets always. 2 is just being present. Looking at Craigslist, posting on Facebook, LinkedIn, and bigger pockets message groups, letting people know you exist and what you do. And the third thing is responding to other people. if they have a deal they're out there on. So that is number one. Number two is have a website, push a website. We have a deal going. If anybody wants a website, literally a clone of Hunting for Homes, $125 and $25 a month hosting, which includes basic maintenance of the site. So if you're interested in that, you can do that. But two is your own web and social presence. Now, if you've got hobbies that are a little bit less than universally acceptable, open a second Facebook account. Open a second, don't cross the streams. I do photography. I've been doing photography since I was 17, mostly of models, mostly of female models. You'll never see that on my main Facebook account. I have a whole separate Facebook for that. Just don't risk pissing off your potential clients. 3, direct mail, direct text, direct email, and geofencing. Now, Raymond, I know we kind of forgot to talk about it, but I probably would rather have you do your own direct mail, direct email, direct texting, and just land it in a landing page that fills out our form. I can provide the form for you. I can provide the landing page fine. But we do have the capability through the tool to do mass texting. The problem we ran into with mass texting is I can upload names. I can do a killer campaign system where it takes them through emails that happen every couple hours, every couple days, every couple minutes. But if your list sucks, which most of the lists you're going to buy do, you're going to have a lot of bounce backs. Things aren't going to get delivered and you're going to get yelled at. And very likely the service provider that works behind these guys isn't going to go for it. They're going to shut you down. So we can create killer streams and we can send out the emails and the text messages, but if your list is bad, it's going to get jammed up. So if you're not sure of your list, I can provide list whatever's for you. I can provide, list distributors, list emailers, whatever you want to call it. All right, the next way that you want to be marketing yourself is work with driving for dollars. This can be done virtual. Basically, look for sale by owner. Look for rent signs on smaller properties. You got 2 for rent signs on a duplex. That person's not making any money. They're probably not all that unhappy if it gets an offer price. What's going on in your neighborhood? This is why you can always sell and tell your friends, hey, have you ever made $500 in 5 minutes? No, how's that possible? Send me a house I buy and I'll give you $500 if it closes. You just made $500 in 5 minutes. And any other combination of that. The last thing is look for ads that have been on Craigslist for too long. Look for, get to know a local or regional realtor and get the expired listings. I literally do this every single, I'd like to do it every day. I won't lie, I do it every couple days. And what that is I look up a list of properties and I'll get an email that sends me the expired listings and I will go through them and I will try to call them and I will trace them. And this is where we can also help you with skip tracing. We have skip tracing services that you can use at a discount through us. What skip tracing is that's gonna be a horrible example if I use that one. Commercial is just so much harder to skip trace. Okay, perfect. 2nd Street, New Columbia. Now, you go into your your county website, you go into whatever source of information, and you gather the owner, where the owner is of 2nd Street. So, Luzerne County tax claim. I could search in here using the property address. I won't do it because I know it's the wrong county. Boom. I could, because I'm a realtor, I can use the Flex MLS system. And I can simply, the Flex MLS system is nice enough. It will tell me the owner. How wonderful is that? That's great. Love it. Okay. I will then skip trace Lester and Tony Miller. And I'll get their phone numbers and I will call them. I will send them a letter if I have to. I will reach out to them in many different beautiful ways. And because in this case, I know their property is expired and expired recently. Hi, Mr. Miller, would you like to relist your property? Well, why would I do that? Well, we are cash buyers. We're interested in buying your property. If we can't buy it, we can relist it for you. But we're cash buyers. We think we can buy it. The point is, this is an outbound research method. We also can get you involved if you want in our inbound research methods. You can basically buy leads from us, or you can basically contribute to marketing, and then you get a piece, you get a fraction of the leads generated. So we can help you generate leads a lot of different ways. Once you get that lead, then you're back to following the protocol here. And if you remember, we have a sliding scale of commissions. The more you do, the more you get paid. So the percentages for you over here, you have work for you over here. It's actually more like that, but the more you do of the deal process, the more you get paid. It's designed between you and I to split out at 50-50. It averages out there. At the top end is 90 for you and for me. You start off at 25 for you, or for you, 75 for me. I want to get you here. Because you know what here means for me? My work level's down here. So, any other questions? All right. So what we need to do, we're just wrapping up for the night. I am keeping these to locked to an hour. Is we're going to start fresh from tonight, walking through how to analyze properties, because I want to make sure we don't leave anybody behind. We have a lot of new people who are actually watching us on YouTube more than actually coming to the class. But the number one job is to make yourself visible and present wherever people are talking about real estate. Facebook groups, whatever. The number two job is to make sure you don't end up in jail. You end up in jail when you are not ethical, dealing real estate. Oh, I botched that, huh? without a license or not direct. You might not actually end up in jail, but the deal won't go well. What you want to be doing is you want to be reaching the end of the chain in every transaction. Hopefully your transaction doesn't have this many links in the chain. You want to be direct to the seller, the guy with the money, or you want to be direct, or the guy with the house rather, or you want to be direct to the guy with the money. Either way, you want to be this guy or you want to be this guy. We don't need the rest of these people. We can sell our own deals directly. So we're here to help you figure out how to move deals, how to capture deals, and how to move deals. And if you're in a situation where you want to be able to buy, where you're able to buy deals, we can help you with that too. We also now offer lending. If you have people that want lending, you can make money there too. It is smaller money, but it's a crap load easier. You can also get lending set up for your own deals. So every Tuesday and Thursday, we're here 9 to 10. You can reach us through the email address over at reia or through our Facebook group. reia being, of course, the Real Estate Investor Army. So our best way to contact is through our so there's the Facebook page. Go find my Facebook tab. There we go. This is our wonderful, beautiful, not so much Facebook page. This is us. Focus here or on our website, reia.biz. Any questions? All right. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you in 2 days. Raymond, we can chat tomorrow about
Right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, we talk tomorrow.